Hey Amanda, how you doing? We haven't gotten an update recently. How are kidneys doing? Grace! Grace! Hi! We missed you so much. Everyone's been asking about you and if you're okay. I told them you got swallowed by work and school. We're so happy to have you. Oh, Grace, you're gonna get like just howls of laughter with this book. You're gonna love it so much. Oh my gosh, don't be sorry. No. I wasn't looking for a sorry. I was just telling you after Okay Friday we get allowed against someone say, yeah, okay, that's good. That's what I was figuring, but I just wanted to make sure. I know we hadn't gotten an update in a while and I just didn't know. Hey Mina. Mina, I'm gonna do something funny today that you might like. Just so you guys know. If I shouldn't speak ahead of turn. If I have time, I'm gonna do something funny today that you might like. I don't know. Anyway, hi everybody. Good morning. Morning, Anya. I'm le excited. How did the baby doctor appointment go? Great. We love the woman we picked for our pediatrician. Wow. We love her. She's great. And then we did a hospital tour right after. You guys, one of the couples in the hospital tour was wild. We were like, wow, what an insane couple. But that hospital tour was good too. And then, everything was good. All stuff that needed to get done, but it was all good stuff. You know, A+ all around. A good pediatrician is so important, and it was really hard for me to find this one. Hey Gigi, all the ones that were like the philosophy that I wanted weren't taking newborns, and I was like, man, this really stinks. And then I finally found this one and I really like her. So it's good. And she's literally across the street from the hospital where we're delivering. Yeah, it took me a while, Amanda. It's true. It did. I think I called 12 people or something like that. That makes sense, Mary. That's a different situation, you know? It is convenient, Grace. It is convenient. Everything smells good right now, which is great also. We got what I wanted it, so yeah. Sometimes it's hard, like you call and they're like, and you're like, oh, I heard that you all do A, B, C, and D, and they're like, we do, and I'm like, okay, great, how do we sign up? And they're like, oh, we're not taking newborns right now, only toddlers. And I was like, well, when I called and I started with I'm due in February, why didn't you start with we're not taking newborns? Like, if I say I'm due in February, you know I don't have a toddler. I mean, like, I don't know. It's like, obviously, if she's not born yet, she's not a toddler. I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess, right? Just one of those things. But it is what it is. We got it taken care of now, which is what really matters in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. All right, look at that. Beautiful. I mean, what a joy to behold. What a coffee. What a love. It's just stunning. Has there ever been anyone so obsessed with just looking at and smelling coffee as this woman right here? And by this woman, I mean me. Who's excited to see what the Christmas Kringle competition is for today? They should just post on their website. Tell me, yeah, exactly. It says accepting new patients on their website. So of course I call and I say, hey, I'm due in February. I was wondering if I could ask you a little bit about your philosophies. And they're like, sure. And then they're like, just kidding. We don't take newborns. And I'm like, well, you could have just started with that before I asked all my questions. Our stroller came in the mail yesterday. You don't like to drink it, but you like the smell of it. A simple table of age ranges, etc. Not would do wonders. It would. How's the video going for the calendar? I have to go through all the ones that were posted last night, but so far, it looks like we still have the same tie of winners. But I will let you know. The thing is, when I tell people like Sweet Helen, your daughter, that they missed one, they go looking for things that aren't there, which is very funny. So it looks like they've added things, but it's like they're still missing like the one thing, you know, that's on like the main page. But you know, if 3 kids tie, I'm gonna split it between them. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's fair. If 3 of the little kiddos tie, I'm not gonna give it to one of them and not the others. I wouldn't do that. So we'll see. I think Jen is saying absolutely. I think everyone would agree that if 3 kids who absolutely really, really want the advent calendar all tie with each other, it's going to be adorable. We could want nothing more in life than 3 adorable babies getting some slime. Ugh. But I promise to go through those today. Yeah, they'll love it. Most kids are good with sharing. Like, if they realize that they tied, they'd rather everybody get something than one person get everything, you know? In my experience, most kids would like that. I don't want to post it, but I want to find them. I'll do it, Grace, and then just email me. Some people did that. A lot of the people who didn't, who didn't want to take away from whoever wins, just emailed me their list because they wanted to know that they won, but they didn't want to win. You know what I mean? Because they were like, let them have it. Like Cam has his own slime already, but he's entering for a friend, which is so cute, right? I mean, yeah, it's a great bit of slime, Mary. So like, there's kids doing amazing things, right? I mean, like, how adorable. He was like, well, my siblings and I already have one, so I'll enter for a friend. I was like, you're so cute. I love you. Like, what a sweet boy. So obviously, stuff like that, you know, we love to see it. We love to see kids sharing. Does Cartoon Sasha on the main page? It's like, it doesn't. But anyone who did those, we didn't mark it against them or anything. So I think there was some confusion. Some people thought they had to do both pages. It's really just the advent calendar page. Hi, I know it's reading time, but I want to buy one of your slimes. Which one do you recommend? That's a great question. You know what? It's very personal preference. And it depends on what kind of stuff you're interested in. So everyone has different favorites, and without knowing more about you, it would be really hard for me to guide you. But there are a lot of great options, and just so you all know, I am going to be making some more educational videos later today that you might find helpful in choosing. So look out for that. People have been like literally begging me to post my slime family tree on a video so they can see it. Hi Mia. So later today I'm gonna draw out the slime family tree again, and I think that might help people choose stuff. So we'll see. I hope I remember to do that. Slime family tree, slime family tree, slime family tree. But I need to post that later today. I'm gonna do like, you know, draw it on a paper so people can see. All right. Did the rest of the advent calendar mail out? Gigi, the first 2 parts of yours have mailed out, and the final 12 of yours should mail out Monday, I believe. you're on the Monday list for the final 12. So yours should be in 3 boxes. So you should get 3 different Christmas boxes, and they're marked like box 2, box 3, whatever like that. And then some people, if they only ordered 12, those are completely out. The first 12 are all mailed out. You only have the first one. Yeah, that's totally correct. You should receive the second one maybe Saturday. It's in the mail. Nope, we haven't started reading it, Sophie. You're good to go. We were just talking about mail. That's why I wanted to do these early, Gigi. This is exactly why. Like, poor Bethany. Bethany lives in Maine, and her slimes like went to 3 different states before getting to her, and we're like, why? Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Like, they like it doesn't make any sense. Like, you don't need to do that. Just like go to there. But I've been finding so far, you guys, no one's box 1 is lost. Are we impressed with them? Accolades where due. So, yeah, exactly, Jen. That's exactly right. Jen's went straight to her out of nowhere, unlike last time where it like went around and all over the world. So far, everyone received box 1. Now let's see if everyone can receive box 2. Anyone who's not a Patreon person and didn't do the pre-orders that ordered the first 12, they only have 1 box. So theirs are gonna be a little bit scarier for me. Do we have a winner yet? No, we were just talking about that, Roxy. Currently it's still a tie. Thank you, Shauna, that's very kind of you. I feel like kind of a mess, so that was a very nice thing to say. We don't have a winner yet, but we'll check all the new videos that went up last night today, and I'll see if there are any new winners. And if there aren't, you know, we'll just, once it gets to the first, we'll split up between the winners if it's a tie. Okay, so let's read. Let's get into chapter 9. All right, chapter 9 is from Story's perspective. They thought they were so smart, they thought they were so slick, but Cole thought up a reply, and he thought it up real quick. Dignity and merit were tossed out the window. He's a man seeking revenge, our dear Daddy Snow. That doesn't rhyme. Roxy, I will tell you and everyone else, the thing, so everyone is missing something so far, but none of them are so small that you need a better picture. It's for everyone, everything that someone is missing, it's a very big in your face, and they're all different, so it's not the same thing. Everyone's not missing the same thing, but it's never something really tiny. Everyone's getting the really tiny things. People are missing like the bigger picture ones a little bit. So you don't need any kind of picture or whatever. I think it's just a mental block that there's some things that people aren't seeing. But Helen got ones that Roxy didn't get. Cam got ones that neither of you guys got, you know, yada yada, back and forth. But it's all very cute, and it's just, in the end, it'll probably end up being a tie. Yeah, I appreciate that nothing was super hard, like a dash on. No, exactly. It was all like, there were some colors, there were some written things, you know, everybody got that I have the wedding ring now, so that's not a spoiler. Everyone got that one. Everyone got that the background color on the page changed. You know, it was red last year, this year it's green, you know. Everybody got the baby rattle, very cute, right? It was big stuff like that. Like, everyone's gonna notice something like, oh, there definitely wasn't a baby rattle on the floor last year because we weren't having a baby last year, you know? So it's just cute stuff like that. Anyway, let's read and we can talk more about the advent calendar after I watch the new videos. Story. This is what high feels like. This effervescent light, practically airless feeling pulsing through my veins as I levitate out of bed, toe on my slippers, curtsy to that bitch Samantha, and then head down the creaking stairs, the smell of coffee leading my way. Wow. Just wow. I cannot believe that I won last night. I mean, listen, I can believe I won last night. Between the drink, the presentation, Aunt Cindy's superb acting, it was hard to say that we didn't have it in the bag. But the look on Cole's face, chef's kiss,
priceless. I truly have never felt better. I have never felt more into anything in my entire life. And now the bar has been set. I'm in game plan mode now. We have a launch point and we have to keep climbing. I head toward the dining room where the coffee's been poured and the oatmeal has been served. What is this? I ask Aunt Cindy and Tehran, who are both sitting at the table. I wanted to make you my famous oatmeal for a job well done last night, Aunt Cindy says, and I take a seat next to Tehran, grab the milk for my coffee. Aunt Cindy, I don't think that you should be cooking in your condition. Well, that's what I told her, Tehran says. It's why I'm the one who made it while she snapped me. Excuse me, Aunt Cindy says. Sorry. While she told me, Tehran says with a cheeky grin, told me what to do. Well, it does look delicious, so thank you. I pick up my spoon and stir my coffee when I notice that they're both staring at me. I look between the two of them. What? You just seem, I don't know, different, Tehran says. She does, doesn't she? Aunt Cindy says with a grin. Yeah, quite different. I don't know what you're talking about, I say, and I place a napkin in my lap. You know what, Cindy? I think she liked winning last night, Tehran says, and Aunt Cindy rests her chin on her hand as she gazes at me. I do think she did. Well, who doesn't like winning? I ask as I drop a teaspoon of brown sugar into my oatmeal and give that a stir. Raisins, cut up apples, cinnamon, it's creamy, it's soft, it's delicious. Yeah, but I think you liked it a lot, Tehran says. It does seem that way, Aunt Cindy continues. I think she liked it so much that she cried. I did not cry, I say with an annoyed roll of my eyes. It felt like she was going to cry, Tehran says. I could sense the emotions, Aunt Cindy replies. The only thing I sensed was a victorious, swift kick to the air in celebration as Cole stared at us dumbfounded. I bring my coffee to my lips and take a sip. Aha! Tehran shouts, scaring the shit out of me and making me spill my coffee into my oatmeal. Jesus, Tehran, I say as I try to clean up the mess with my cloth napkin, but fail miserably because, truthfully, cloth napkins provide absolutely zero absorption. Why did you yell at me like that? I didn't yell, she says. I'm pointing out the obvious. Oh yeah, and what would that be? I ask while continuing to clean up the mess. That you're overjoyed for beating Cole last night, so much so that there is color in your cheeks. There's color in my cheeks because it's freezing here and my body is attempting to self-regulate, I say. Yes, but also because we beat Cole last night, right? Aunt Cindy asks. I look between Aunt Cindy and Tehran, their expressions hitting at celebration. They clearly want me to say it's because of Cole, and well, damn it kind of is. I smile at them. Okay, yeah, it's because we beat Cole, okay? And then all is one. We cheer. We clasp our hands together. We shake them in the air. We celebrate this one solid win. We celebrate the concoction we made, and it was delicious. And if you dipped one of those cookies into it, yum. We celebrate the dreary and sad expression on Cole's face when he saw our win. We celebrate it all. Once we're settled, I sit back and clear my throat. All right, just because we won the first challenge doesn't mean that we can get cocky, though. I dip my spoon into my mostly coffeeless oatmeal. This is a great starting point, but from here, we need to keep pushing forward, and that means that we need to go over the next competition. Oh, I could not agree more, Aunt Cindy says. Tehran, the board, please. The board? I ask. Aunt Cindy nods while Tehran walks over to the buffet table, which she's decorated with one of Aunt Cindy's many Christmas villages, and from behind it, she slides out a piece of cardboard with a towel draped over it and props it on top of the buffet and then against the wall. Shall I unveil it? Tehran asks Aunt Cindy. Oh yes, you shall. What the... Tehran flips the towel over the cardboard and reveals an intricate display of competitors and competitions, strings stitched all over like a spider web, connecting people to illustrated Christmas staples like a tree, a candy cane, and of course the dreaded fruitcake. Sorry, what is this? I ask. And when did you make this? Oh, it's my board that I adjust every year, Aunt Cindy says. It helps me keep track of who's involved, what competition we're gearing up for, who the judges are, and, of course, who's in the lead. She gestures to Tehran. Could you grab the binder as well, please? It's right here, Tehran says as she grabs a binder from the buffet and brings it over to Aunt Cindy. When on earth have they talked about this, bye Gigi, see you later, without me? Because I really haven't left their sides. Well, I guess there was the nap I took the other day and the nap that I took before dinner because shivering takes a lot of energy out of me. Oh, and I can't forget about the 2 hours that I spent sitting in front of the fire where maybe I also happened to fall asleep and take a nap. Okay, I guess they have had a little bit of time to plan without me. Ah, yes, Aunt Cindy says as she refers to the binder and then back to the board. Next we have the upcycling portion of the competition. And, what exactly is that? I ask her. Are we supposed to see who can gather the most products and recycle them? Thank you, Avery. No, Aunt Cindy chuckles. This is a competition put on by Sherry Conrad. Who is that? I ask. Sherry's the owner of Antlers Antiques. Oh, okay. So what does she have to do with this competition? Sherry is our local environmentalist. She's the one who holds all the proprietors to a high standard of sustainability. When our neighboring town, Vale, came out with their Mountain Ideal, their sustainability standard, Sherry brought the idea to Bob Krampus to adopt it, and he welcomed it with open arms, as long as she was the one who would head it up. So she helped all the proprietors turn over a green leaf, if you will, and we've done away with single-use plastics, well, as much as we can, especially at our restaurants. We've installed solar panels and we've opened up a section of our town parking to allow electric vehicle charging, which in return has made it a larger destination because travelers will charge and shop here in Kringle. She's done amazing things for our town, so Bob Krampus thought that it would only be right to have a competition in honor of the work that she's done. Oh, that's actually kind of amazing. I had no idea, but it does explain why plant-based cutlery is offered every time I get takeout, I say. Exactly. So when they were coming up with the competition, they wanted to make it an upcycling competition. Contestants are supposed to create a live-action scene from one of their favorite Christmas movies and do it by using things that can be recycled or upcycling old items and give them a different light. The person who depicts the best scene using the best materials in the best way wins. Okay. That is a bit more of a challenge. We're going to have to be pretty creative, which I am very good at, I say. And Tehran can help execute with her, anal retentiveness to make it perfect. Yes, that is what I'm here for, Tehran says as she scoops a spoonful of oatmeal into her own mouth. What scene did you do last year? Oh, I'm glad you asked, Aunt Cindy says, because I won this competition last year. Oh, really? Aunt Cindy nods, and a large grin spreads across her lips. I recreated the scene from Meet Me in St. Louis, where Judy Garland is singing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, you guys. I styled my hair to look like hers and thrifted some clothes from Antlers Antiques that represented the era, the shoes, and all. And then I took a cardboard box and made it look like a window and sat down, looking through it like Judy and lip-synced to the song. There wasn't a dry eye in the place. I pressed my hand to my heart. Oh my gosh, Aunt Cindy, that's beautiful. Thank you. She smirks. Now, I think we can all achieve the same visceral reaction with you, but I think that I should be involved. I say we reenact the same scene as last year, recycle the window, the outfit, showing Sherry that I didn't just dispose of the scene from the year before. That way we're demonstrating the highest level of recycling by reusing what we've already recreated. But this time, you sing to me through the window while I slouch in my chair like I'm knocking on death's door. I hold out my arms and point to it. I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about this. I can always make your cheeks look a little more gaunt, too, Tehran says. We can work on the makeup in our favor. Aunt Cindy smirks. And this is why I love you two ladies. Proud of ourselves, we all dig into the oatmeal, knowing full well that this competition is ours to take. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like our family is coming together again after a hiatus. Well, a hiatus for me, anyway. A stupid hiatus that, honestly, I regret, because this cohesiveness, yeah. This is what Christmas is all about. Well, I mean, that and winning. Cole. Unless you have binoculars, I don't think you're really going to see anything. Max says as he comes up behind me, and I snap the blind shut and move away from my window, trying to put the woman next door out of my mind. Last night was BS. We should have won. Well, maybe if you had listened to me about the chest hair, we would have won, but you were too much of a prude to puff it all out. First of all, my chest hair is trimmed. Even if I wanted to puff it out, as you like to say, I wouldn't have even been able to. And secondly, we were going to win on dignity and merit. Yeah, and look how far that got you. You saw them last night, Cole. They came to play. Cindy put on the performance of her life, and I genuinely thought she was taking her final breaths last night, and so did Thatchery and Frank. Yeah, but did you see her pop out of her wheelchair like a frickin' spring flower? The woman broke her hip, and yet she was awakened from a catatonic state in just seconds. It was startling, I have to say. I gasped when I witnessed her rise. It was like, okay, they gave a terminology here that I can't say on TikTok, but like somebody in tidy whities having an issue. You know what I mean? I grimaced at my friend, not liking his analogy, but he continued, you know, Frank and Thatchery, though, they loved their grandmas, and well, the girls did play towards their weakness, which got me thinking. Max moves around my living room, taking a seat on the couch, pulling at the suitcase he brought with him over to the coffee table. I think we need to be more strategic in our approach. So I fold my arms across my chest. And what exactly do you mean by that? We need to start focusing on not just the competition, but on the judges. Max opens his suitcase and flops open the top. He lifts out a large folded piece of poster board, revealing a picture of every judge with a list of what seems to be personality traits underneath. This is a comprehensive guide to every judge, what they're judging, what they like, and what they dislike. I scoured their social media profiles last night, stole their most unflattering pictures and printed them and wrote down everything that I know about them. Why did you steal their most unflattering pictures? I ask. He looks at me as if I'm an idiot. So you're not intimidated by them, obviously. Oh, yeah, I guess that checks out. I take a seat next to him and settle into the lumpy couch from my childhood that I never bothered to replace. Actually, not a single thing in this house has ever been moved or shifted since I lost my parents. My childhood bedroom remains mine. The holly berry dishes that my mom would put out on Christmas Eve have accumulated dust on the shelves, and not a square inch of this house has seen any sort of Christmas spirit in a decade. I rarely sit in this room, so I haven't noticed how bereft it is, and the way it seems to long for what it used to be. Max smooths his hand over the couch's wrinkles. Look, the key to winning this competition is not how many ways you can say season's greetings in the mercantile, but you can edge out the competition with your knowledge of the judges. He takes out a pointer from his suitcase and slaps it down on the picture of Sherry Conrad getting licked in the face by her dog. Her face is crinkled, and one of her fake eyelashes is dangling off her eyelid, and her lipstick is smeared across her cheek. Yeah, he's right. This isn't the most flattering photo. Now, this is our judge for the upcycling Christmas competition. This is the live action one, right? I asked. He nods. Yes. Which means you're going to have to pose in some sort of Christmas scene while we attack the town with strategic, perfectly constructed sights to behold. I don't like the sound of that. He takes a piece of folded paper and turns away from me, keeping it hidden from view. Now, Cindy won this round last year, and she killed it. She dressed up as Judy Garland and lip-synced Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and everyone cried. It was a whole ordeal. Yeah, I think I remember hearing about that, I say. So, they're going to attack hard since Cindy is the reigning champion. Yeah, I could see them working the crowd with the old lady cadaver act again. We need to keep in mind that they're going to use Cindy in every competition. My mom was even telling me that she overheard Nina Dirk talking to Martha about the status of Cindy's hip and how they're worried this might be her last Christmas. Damn it, I mutter as I drag my hand over my face. Ugh. But from the celebration last night, I assume she has a lot more Christmases left in her. Yeah, no, I'm agreeing, which means we have to remain educated about our judges, stay on our toes, and be sneaky about this. If they're going to use Cadaver Cindy, then we have to use our intelligence and inside information. I have my mom working on the town. She's been putting some good words in for you, and so is her friend Kathleen, who works over at Stall 12. Stall 12 is one of the 15 craft stalls that surround the Tinsel Twirl just left of Ornament Park. They're open year-round and are usually occupied by craft vendors who sell their homemade goods to traveling tourists through town. Bob and Sylvia Krampus are very particular as to what's sold in the stalls because they don't want vendors competing with proprietors. Secret friend, wait a second, Is Kathleen the one who sells the jellies and jams? I asked. Max nods. That is the very one. I thought your mom was feuding with her because they're selling the same jam that your mom carries at Evergreen. They've kept up that farce, but secretly they formed an alliance. This is top secret, man, and you literally can't say anything. But he glances over his shoulder as if we're not alone in my house. In order to drive up sales between the two locations, they've created a rivalry to see whose jam is better, when in reality, they don't even care. Yeah, so out-of-towners will buy both jams and decide for themselves when they get home. Kind of like those competing cheesesteak places in Philadelphia. The rivalry just drives up their sales as people try to make an opinion for themselves. Oh, shit. I chuckle impressed. I didn't have any idea. Yeah, no one does besides me and my mom and dad. And the only reason I know is because I walked in on mom and dad talking about it one time and I've been sworn to secrecy. Last night I told her I needed help after we lost and, well, we kind of devised a plan. And she'll have Kathleen talk about you around town tomorrow and people won't even suspect a thing because you're aligned with my mom's side of the jam schism. That's good. I nod. That's very good. You can thank my mom for that one. So anyway, we have people buzzing about you around town, which is step number 1. Step number 2, you have to continue showing yourself out in public and wishing season greetings, so I made you a list of different ways to say it. He pulls the list out of his pocket and hands it to me, and I stare down, reading each entry in my head. Number 1. Hey, I hope you have a delightful holiday season. Yeah, I guess that one works. Warm wishes to you and your family. That's a good one. Best wishes for a festive season. Also a classic spin. Sending holiday cheer to you and yours. That's a bit of a tongue twister of a sentence for me. May your holiday shine bright. Okay, I'm not saying that one. Joyous Festivus. I quirk my eyebrow and look up at Max. Joyous Festivus? He smirks. Hey, that one was my favorite. I'm not saying that. I'm sure people would appreciate it if you did say that. That's great, but I'm not saying that. People will know that I'm faking it if I say that. You know, it's okay for men to be the ones to fake it once in a while. He nudges me with his elbow and wiggles his eyebrows. I swat at him. Can you enough with that shit? He chuckles. Well, keep it in your back pocket if you ever need to gain a leg up. You can drop it like a holiday bomb. Joyous festivals! People will fawn at your feet. You might even be crowned the Christmas Kringle right there on the spot. I stare at my best friend. You know, I think you might be getting way too into this. No. I'm the proper amount into this. Now stop distracting me. We have to talk about the Upcycle Christmas competition. I leaned back on the couch, knowing that even if I put up a fight, he's not going to let me win. So I give in to the insanity and I will store away Joyous Festivus and only use it when absolutely necessary. All right, since we want to attack all the senses, I was thinking we act out a scene from The Grinch. I run my tongue over my teeth. Let me guess. I'm the Grinch. Yeah, well, unless you want to be Cindy Lou Who, that's up to you, he grins. I think you know the answer to that. Chuckling, he continues. Now, back to my research about Sherry. She's a fan of dogs. One of her favorite movies is The Grinch. And most importantly, she's a secret fan of Thunder Down Under. Silence follows between us as I contemplate whether or not I need a new best friend because I know exactly where he's going to go with this. No, I say. He removes a tissue paper from his suitcase, revealing a set of lederhosen in the same style that the Grinch wore in the Jim Carrey version. Oh, yeah, he says. No, I repeat. He takes it out of the suitcase and stands up. Oh, F, yes. I look him up and down and uncross my arms. No, Max, and that's effing final. The warm-lit houses shine all through the town, while Cole walks around with a very grumpy frown, for he knows every Kringle will think he's lost a screw as he traipses around whistling yodelay-hoo. But he's bound to win and win it well, even if that means a day in reality hell. Story. Hey, have you seen Cole? I asked Tehran as I adjust the red velvet dress that Aunt Cindy made me try on this morning, but barely fits me. I'm wearing a cardigan to cover up the unzipped parts of the dress in the back. No, I haven't, Tehran says, glancing around Ornament Park. I'm honestly not sure anyone has seen him. I'm worried that he might be trying to shock the crowd. Nothing's going to shock the crowd more than Jimmy Short dressed in a version of Cousin Eddie's robe while handling the RV hose and telling everyone that the shitter is full. Tehran shivers in disgust. Oh, yeah, he really didn't need to add the smell. It's an unnecessary touch. I know. I saw Sherry crinkle her nose. That guy from the hardware store loved it, though. It really got into the Christmas vacation spirit, Tehran says. And from what Aunt Sandy told me, she thinks that Sherry might be privately involved with someone from the hardware store. What does privately involved even mean? I ask. I thought she was with Beatrix's ex or something like that. I asked Tehran as I adjust my hair. It took a while to get the bouffant just right, but I think we got it pretty close. It helps that my hair is red, and so is Judy Garland's in that movie. I don't know. I didn't ask. Because Antlers and Antiques is so cluttered with little space to host a competition, we're having the live-action upcycled Christmas competition in Ornament Park on the stage. There's a tent for contestants to ready in, but we haven't seen Cole or Max, which makes me think, did they drop out of the competition? Wouldn't that be the best news ever? Given the competition that we've seen so far, Ursula seems to be the only threat, especially when Dr. Beatrice Pettigrew lay on the stage dressed in a bloody Bruce Willis costume and is shouting, "Yippee-ki-yay, mother effer," before tossing felt flames at a fake toy plane that popped confetti, imitating some kind of explosion. Although a thoughtful rendition of a cinematic moment, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And even worse, the scene that she reenacted was from Die Hard 2, Die Harder, which is not even close to being considered a Christmas movie. So I think we all know who's getting last place, even if Jimmy's robe was short enough for us to see his hairy man thighs. You look nervous. Hey, are you nervous? Tehran asked me. I mean, yeah, last time I had to do something on stage, I tossed a lady into the river behind us. First of all, you didn't toss her into the river. Second of all, that was a long time ago, and we all took out opportunities for your trip. It's why I'm going to wheel out Aunt Cindy from the crowd myself, bringing her onto the stage. I'll even set up your window for you. You just have to walk out and sit down. I think you can manage that, especially with how the dress hits above your ankles. You don't even have anything to trip over. And I checked with Bob about the stage. It's a flat stage. Nothing will trip you. There are no obstacles. You're good. I know. I blow out a heavy breath, but I'm still worried. I don't think I'll ever not be worried about being up in front of people. I get it, but we'll be right there with you. You can do this. Tehran adjusts the silver sparkly scarf that's fixed on my head. Look, show me your teeth. I bare my teeth to her and she nods. No lipstick? I ask. Nope, you're good. Okay. I shake out my hands. God, I felt so confident this morning and I was envisioning success while I was taking a shower, remembering the look on Cole's face when he lost the other night, and that propelled me to this moment. But now, God, I feel shaky and I feel scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Look around. Cole's not even here, Tehran says. He probably realized what stiff competition you are and he doesn't want to even show up anymore. You really think so? I ask. Yeah, I do think so, she replies as Ursula wraps up her upcycling scene as Kevin McAllister, BB gun and all, setting up her version of a booby-trapped house by using all upcycled products from Antlers Antiques. We heard whispers that she's transferring the scene over to her light display as well, which will earn her bonus points. The crowd cheers loudly, and Ursula comes off the stage wearing a red sweater, dockers, and a blonde wig to look more like Ellen DeGeneres in circa 2000 than an 8-year-old snotty protagonist who gets away with buying a toothbrush without an adult present. Great job, I say. I really loved your edition of the tarantula. It looked so real. Can you believe that I found it at Antlers Antiques? Sherry and I were laughing so hard about how it's totally kismet. Insert eye roll here. Yeah, what a gas, I say with a smile and a chuckle. Ursula moves along and Tehran whispers, what a gas? I don't know. This old lady garb has brought me back to like 1904 when the roads were dirt and horse-drawn carriages were the mode of transportation. Clearly, Tehran says. Okay, so you're up next. You can do this. Just think. And then the tent flap parts, and Cole and Atlas shuffle in, both wearing long coats, but Cole's face is painted green while Atlas is wearing dog ears and has a dog nose painted on his face. What the hell are they up to? Hey, what's up? Atlas says to me with a nod. He scans me up and down. Oh, you're recreating the magical scene from last year? Yeah, we thought it would be a nice ode to Aunt Cindy, given her condition. Atlas slowly nods. No doubt. There won't be a dry eye in the park. I can't wait to see it. Thank you, I say as Cole shifts uncomfortably next to Atlas. You're looking rather green, Cole. Nauseous, maybe? Funny, he says, not smiling. Don't trip while you're up there. My eyes narrow at him. Don't listen to him, Tehran says into my ear. He's trying to get under your skin. No, I'm not, Cole says. Just wishing her good luck. I want nothing more than for her to sprinkle everyone with the magic of Christmas spirit. Which is exactly what she's going to do, thank you, Tehran says. Just watch how my sister makes everyone weep. Weep with embarrassment for performing on a used set, Cole mutters. Hey, what was that? I ask, stepping up to him. You heard me, Taylor. Taylor? I ask. Oh, we're going by last names now? Does it even matter? He asks. Oh, I guess not, especially when I blow right by you in this competition too. Oh, what a lame comeback. From the side of the stage, Bob Krampus says, Story, you're next. Break a leg, please, Colt says with a grin. Lose a testicle, please, I say as I reach up and drag my finger over his cheek, wiping a large smear of green off of his face. Atlas gasps next to us. She ruined your makeup. It took me 10 minutes to get that right. Looks like you have a minute to fix it, I say, feeling all the confidence in the world right now. I wait to make my entrance and I can hear them shuffling around, trying to fix Cole's face as Bob introduces me, head held high. I poise myself with my shoulders tilted back, my hands clasped in front of me, and while Tehran rolls out the window, I walk out onto the stage with elegance, not even tripping once. The crowd cheers. As the ornament park quiets down, the music starts to play, and I position myself at the window, looking up slightly into the sky, Judy Garland's beautiful voice ringing through the speakers while I mouth the words. I can feel the sentiment in the air, and everyone's attention is on me. Chills break out over my arms as the lightest snow starts to shower down, falling across the park, adding the perfect moment as Aunt Cindy is rolled up onto the stage and tucked into a pile of blankets. She holds her hand out to me, and I take it through the window, singing to her now, and from the corner of my eye I catch a few people dabbing at their own eyes. When 1 minute of the song is over, the crowd erupts into the loudest cheer of the day. Oh, we've definitely won this competition as well. For the final cherry on top of the already first place cake, I lean in and press a soft kiss to Aunt Cindy's cheek before standing up and waving to everyone. And with a final flourish, I hurry off stage, wanting to get into the warm tent as quickly as possible while Tehran takes care of Aunt Cindy. Nailed it. I absolutely nailed it. And I've never been prouder of myself than I am in this moment. Nothing, and I mean nothing, will be able to take this away from me. I got over my fears. I performed. I made Aunt Cindy proud. And I come to a halt right at the entrance of the warm tent as I take in the scene unfolding in front of me. Both Atlas and Cole are standing there, sans coats, shirtless. Atlas is in a tiny pair of brown shorts, shoeless, and his ripped chest full display, along with his dog ears dangling over the side of his face. And then Cole, oh my God, Cole, he actually looks unreal. Wearing a pair of brown lederhosen with red stitching, which I saw the other day in Antlers Antiques, his ripped yet green chest is on full display. Thick, muscular pecs, trimmed chest hair, bulky shoulders, carved arms. My God! And I have no idea what kind of makeup work Atlas did, if any, but Cole's stomach looks like it was carved out of clay, the definition of each ab so prominent that he's gonna have every human in the crowd wanting to reach out and see if it's real. Not to mention the lederhosen are short, showing off his impressive calves and thighs. But it's the green all over his body that's sending me, because somehow it's highlighting every ripple of muscles in his possession, every curve, every contour. And I hate to admit it, but I hate it. But he's hot. The two of them together look like Christmas Chippendales ready to strip down and give everyone a show, and I'm in the crowd ready to watch. All right, Cole, you're up, Bob shouts. Cole steps forward and then stops right next to me. Did you get a good look? He asks, shocking me right out of my green muscle trance. Yeah, I say, my chin held high, not wanting to see 1 ounce of my appreciation for the view I've been given. And it's confirmed. You look like a jackass. He nods lightly. That's not what the drool from the corner of your mouth is telling me. And with that, he steps around me and then up the stairs, where he waits for Bob to announce him. I wasn't drooling, I say to myself, even though his back is towards me and he's not even giving me the time of day. I was not drooling. At least, I wasn't physically drooling. Maybe in my head I was drooling. Okay, most definitely was drooling in my head. Cole. If this doesn't win us first place, I'm firing you, I say from the side of my mouth to Max. Oh, no, trust me. This is going to get us first place. Sherry's going to lose her mind when she gets a hold of these bodilicious bods. Can you please not say dumb shit like that? It's true, though. Farm chores have done us a lot of good. Get ready to be ogled. He's not wrong about the farm work. Okay, but I'm standing my ground on the hip thrusting. There will be no hip thrusting coming from me. Dude, he groans. We talked about this. You have to hip thrust at the end. You'll make her... Not going to say the word that's here, but he said something inappropriate. Ew, Jesus, fuck, man. Why do you want to say that about a 70-year-old woman? Can you please show some respect? I am showing respect, he counters. 70-year-old women deserve attention too. Can we please stop saying that word? I shout in a whisper. You're the one who brought it up. No, I absolutely did not bring it up, I counter. Okay, yeah, but you're the one who brought up the pelvic thrust. Yes, that's the right word. Anya knows the word right there. Because I don't want to do the pelvic thrust. Oh, you're doing the pelvic thrust, Max says just as our music starts and Bob introduces us. Max's plan is simple. Put a spin on the Christmas classic. He mixed some audio on his computer to create the perfect soundtrack. He learned how to do that, I have no idea how, but he did. And now we're recreating a scene from The Grinch. Here's how it goes. I start over by the stairs, out of view, while Max struts in like a dog onto the stage, and then he's gonna sit and let his package, as he put it, hang out for the crowd to gawk at. And then, as audio from The Grinch plays, the scene where the Grinch is trying to find something to wear to the Who's party, I'm gonna toss clothes from Antlers Antiques onto the stage until it's time for me to flash a leg. And then I'll make my appearance, and the sound is mixed with some like Thunder Down Under type jams. Something not only Sherry will love, but also Martha and May, which will bode well for us in the long run. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. There's absolutely zero dignity and not an ounce of merit in this. But it will cater to Sherry's wild side, or at least we hope so. So we're gonna look like a couple of dumbasses for now. The sound starts, and just as planned, Max gets on his hind legs and pants like a goddamn moron while I toss clothes out of a bin. The crowd laughs, but it does nothing to boost my confidence because I know what I look like right now. Painted all in green, sporting these stupid green hairy sideburns that Max said were necessary, and goddamn lederhosen, honestly I feel like a D. Especially when Max says there was no way he was going to allow me to wear a mask. No, he says, they need to see your handsome face. Well, they're gonna see it all right, and a whole lot more. With the crowd roaring and Max panting like an asshole on stage, I wish I had at least a bag to cover my face so that no one knew my real identity. The sound halts, just as Max planned. I'm the Grinch by Fletcher Jones starts playing, and that's my cue to join Max on stage. I glance behind me and catch Story staring at me, arms crossed, looking none too pleased with the setup. It's the last bit of courage I need to walk out onto that stage because I will be damned if Story wins this. So I flash my leg to the crowd, causing them to howl, with my wooden socks and hiking boots teasing them with a little bit of green. And when it's time, I walk out in front of what looks like to be the entire town. Way out of my goddamn element here. But the hoots and hollers that ring out over the crowd, they do something to me. I'm not proud of it, okay? But it gives me a pep in my step, a boost in my britches, a lift in my lederhosen, and before I know it, I'm going for it. The music plays in the background, the cardboard backdrop that we made last night adds flair to the scene, and Max pants next to me, his hands held up by his chest like the good little doggy that he is, and it makes me think. Narrator. And up on the stage, Cole thought of something he never thought before. Perhaps he's been missing out. Perhaps these cheers. He wants more. And then what happened next, some in Crinkletown might say. Why, Cole's repressed ego grew 3 sizes that day. I spin around. The cat calls resound through the park. I flash my jazz hands, and squeals feed my brimming mood. And when I smooth my hands over my backside, I give it a wiggle, and I feel a pulse of adrenaline shoot right through me. I turn toward the crowd, who have their hands raised joyfully in the air, smiles stretching across their faces, mouths agape. I am killing it! I am entertaining. I am owning this effing audience. And as the music builds and builds, I know what's next. I spin again. I point to Max, and with a wink from him, I turn to the crowd and end the show with a solid pelvic thrust right into the air, and the crowd goes wild. May Bouvier faints into Martha. Sherry leans into the edge of her judging chair, licking her lips. She wants this. They all want this. Everyone wants this. And Max stands from his squat, takes my hand in his, and we both raise our arms and take a bow as we soak in the chants, the cheers, the praise for a job well done. And I know for a fact we're winning this one. Story might have pulled at the crowd's heartstrings, but Max, as he put it, pulled at the judge's weaknesses. Sherry Conrad, a closet perv, cannot resist a shirtless man. And we took advantage of that. If they're going to use Cadaver Cindy, then we'll use our bodies too. all's fair in love and jingle jangle, right? Anyway, let me tell you, my jangle was jingling, and it was jingling all over that stage. And we walked off the stage together, and Bob Krampus gave us both a raised eyebrow as we passed. But just as we smiled at him heading into the tent where Story was standing, hands on her hips, she looked pissed. And an angry Story is one I can enjoy. I walk right up to her, leaning forward and whisper in her ear, "You're playing with fire, so you're gonna get burned." She stiffens next to me. That wasn't even remotely close to the scene from a movie. At no time does a Grinch ever do a pelvic thrust at the crowd. I guess we're watching two different versions then. I pat her on the shoulder and head toward the back where Max is holding water for me. "Dude," he whispers, "you thrusted." I nod. Yeah, I thrusted. That one thrust, man, it was like a cosmic boom. It shook the whole friggin' town. I saw trees faint. Usually I'd tell Max that he was stupid for saying such an idiotic thing, but I'm living on adrenaline and the glory of a job well done, so I say, "I saw it too, man. I saw those trees faint too. It was magical." Max grips my shoulder. Yeah, it sure was. Looks like we're not finding out today who wins this competition, but I think we all know. Well, well, well. What have we here? Oh, it's so funny, Grace. I wish that Grace, if you're into this, you should go back. All of the episodes, including yesterday's, Grace, are already up on the other app. So if you want to go back and listen, it is like truly hysterical. Highly recommend it. Cannot recommend it enough. It's very funny. That's what I was wondering, Avery. I feel like, yeah, like, why not, right? Because most people will just like body double while they're cooking or whatever. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, you should definitely do that, Grace. It's so funny. Totally worth it. So yeah, I feel like we will have book club tomorrow because, like, why not, I guess? I don't know. Even people on the East Coast probably won't be eating yet at this time. It'll be like 11 a.m. for them. You know what I mean? So, like, we'll give it a go, and I'll upload it for anyone who misses it. But there will be no Slime Lives tomorrow, of course. But there might be Slime Live tonight. Secret Husband is entertained by something, though what we do not know. I'm sure he's wearing headphones. So anyway, I will see you all later. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and that's all. Bye, guys.